Malibu, California. This is a dangerous pursuit in the Malibu area that involved a crash on the freeway. A box truck was stolen at noon on Wednesday, March 6. Malibu, California. A box truck was stolen at noon on Wednesday, March 6, 2024. The suspect hit the corner of another box truck on Highway 101 near Newbury Park, causing its front bumper to fall off. The suspect in the stolen box truck assaulted the driver of the second box truck. Drama was on the road, then the suspect took to Vineyard Street. California Highway Patrol officers determined that at 12:30 p.m., the truck was located about 30 minutes later on Highway 101. Just south of Vineyard Avenue. The suspect was trying to escape by driving on the sidewalk. He ended up collapsing into a dirt and vegetated shoulder in the city of Ventura on Ventura Boulevard at North Bank Drive. He refused to get out of the truck. Officers fired the kinetic energy munition, and the driver agreed to exit the vehicle. But he ran to escape, so they caught him. Los Angeles, California. A high-speed chase involving a wrong-way driver on Friday morning ended in a violent multi-vehicle crash on the 405 freeway in West Los Angeles, in one of the wildest pursuits to occur in a city known for its chases. Two people are in custody after a police chase in Los Angeles County ended with the driver jumping into an open window of a Linwood home. High-speed chase in Los Angeles ends in a multi-vehicle collision on the 405 freeway. Los Angeles, California. A high-speed chase involving a wrong-way driver on Friday morning, May 17, 2024, ended in a violent multi-vehicle crash on the 405 freeway in West Los Angeles, in one of the wildest pursuits to occur in a city known for its chases. Officials with the Los Angeles Police Department said they responded to a radio call around 4:22 a.m. about a woman getting into a patrol car at 4th Street and Rose Avenue in Venice. The chase began shortly before 4:50 a.m. after the suspect refused to stop. The two officers involved in the initial incident were transported to an area hospital in stable condition. The chase continued on the northbound lanes of Interstate 405. The suspect was driving erratically in an attempt to evade officers. During the pursuit, officers attempted several pit maneuvers to stop the suspect before the morning rush hour. While trying to evade authorities, the chase took a dangerous turn when the suspect made a U-turn and began driving in the wrong direction. A short time later, the suspect crashed at full speed into multiple vehicles near the Wilshire Boulevard exit. After the incident, the suspect got out of the car and climbed onto the top of the truck before she was eventually taken into custody. She appears to have suffered some head injuries in the collision. The man who was hit head-on in a silver sedan was trapped in his car until officers broke his window and rescued him. The accident victim, identified as Rudolph, told reporters at the scene that he was blessed and grateful to be alive. A man who was injured head-on in a head-on crash told reporters he was blessed and was grateful to be alive. Another crash victim, who was driving a black Volkswagen Golf GTI, said the driver's side of the suspect's car was pinned to his car. It is unclear how many vehicles are involved in this phase of the investigation. However, it appears that the accident victims were triaged at the scene and did not require hospitalization. The northbound lanes of the highway were affected for hours. Investigators marked the location as a crime scene and covered the area. Aerial photos showed that traffic was backed up for miles. All lanes were reopened by 9:30 a.m. Two people are in custody after a police chase in Los Angeles County ended with the driver jumping into an open window of a Linwood home. Sunday evening, Los Angeles, California. May 5th, 2024 The chase broke out sometime before 7:30 p.m. The driver was driving a black SUV northbound on Highway 110. The driver then turned west on Highway 105 before getting off the highway in the Linwood area. After a while, the car stopped. The driver ran from the car into an alley. After jumping the wall, the driver found an open window and climbed through it into the house. Minutes later, officers appeared to take another person into custody. The police continued to search for the driver. Residents gathered as officers searched for the other suspect. Minutes later, the police arrested the man. Officers shot out the back window of the parked SUV to evaluate the vehicle. Ultimately, officers arrested 3 people. Los Angeles police announced Sunday night that the driver was suspected of driving under the influence. A man suspected of stealing a bright blue Chevrolet Camaro led Los Angeles police officers on a chase through the city Thursday afternoon. Authorities say the chase began in Gardena, where the suspect struck officers as he tried to flee. The chase crossed the 110 freeway and surface streets. Officers were pursuing the Chevrolet Camaro after a report of a stolen vehicle.
Going on for quite some time. So from Gardena, made its way northbound on the 405 freeway, exited at Santa Monica from that northbound 405 because there is very heavy traffic, and it looked like this driver just didn't want to wait in traffic. So he got off on surface streets where we find ourselves now, continuing eastbound on Olympic. What I am hearing, though, is that the Sheriff's Department is canceling this pursuit at this point because it has gotten too dangerous. But they have advised the LAPD, so the LAPD would have the option of picking up the pursuit if they choose.
The driver got stuck in traffic at times, swerved into oncoming traffic, and struck other vehicles at low speeds.
We haven't heard anything about being armed or if there's other passengers. You might be able to look. I'm going to try to get in a tighter shot here in a second. Wow, look at that move. Running red lights down the double yellows. Again, wrong side of the road. We'll try to get a look inside the vehicle if we can, but he's going to have heavy traffic yet again, another signal. Nowhere to go. And again, a lot of people out on foot. Let's take a look inside the car here if we can. Hard to see it, but he's going to make a right-hand turn. This is going to be on Hoover, and the airship's still tracking, looking for the ground units. Let me come out real quick and see. There's just so much traffic, it's hard for those units to get behind it. Here comes the 10 freeway, and under the 10 freeway, we'll see if he tries to get onto the freeway. Nope, well, freeway. Oh, okay. Oh, it's very dangerous. And now we're on the freeway. Here he is, eastbound 10 freeway, approaching the 110. And Anton, let's hold here. In that shoulder of the road, the center divider, actually, now he's going to transition. It looks like he might be going, well, hang on. He's got some options here. But as he slows... Yeah, for sure. I do see a passenger in the vehicle. I got a hand out the window there. And so we got at least the driver and a passenger. I don't know if there's anybody in the back seat, but certainly a dangerous situation now on the freeways, and really just taking chances here left and right. We looking like he's continuing committed to the eastbound 10 freeway from the 110. So he's just going to have nothing but traffic as he approaches the East LA interchange, I should say. And that just poses more problems. He might get off here in the downtown LA area. We'll see if that happens. But using every avenue, this driver using every bit of space on the freeway to get by. We'll see what he does here as he comes up to an off-ramp. He's got the Gore Point. He's committed to that off-ramp. And now we'll be on surface streets yet again here in downtown LA. It's going to be... Yeah, it's going to put him off on Maple Avenue there. And now, yeah, so now we're going into LAPD Noon Division. Yeah. Go ahead, sorry. He did. We're hearing that from the LAPD airship overhead, talking on their dispatch channel, saying that there was a collision with a CHP officer during that portion of the pursuit on the freeway, and continued on after hitting that officer. So that's considered assault with a deadly weapon, the car being the weapon on that police officer. So there's the stolen and the assault with a deadly weapon charge now on this suspect. All right, so we're... Yes, that's exactly it, Lou. And here he goes, westbound turn back towards the 110 freeway. We're north of the 10 freeway at this point, and he's getting into the buildings. We're going to have to stay right over the top of him. He's going to come southbound here. This is going to be Main Street, so he's going to be a southbound turn from Main Street, and still no sight of LAPD officers on the ground. He's going to go westbound here right under us. There's the airship under us. Sorry about the spinning. He's directly under us, but he's going to continue westbound. Yeah, don't want to make anybody sick, but yeah, there he goes. But narrow road here. Go ahead. Absolutely. They will go into surveillance mode to keep an eye on it from the airship above. But in this situation, the driver's driving so fast, going the opposite direction at times. It's very difficult for those ground units to try to get him in behind it and get back into the pursuit of it. So they will likely just continue to track it. They've gone into the vehicle's now in the central division of LAPD, so we're listening to that. The airship and the dispatcher is talking about the direction of travel of the vehicle. Here we are on Olympic again. He's been on Olympic before, but westbound this time. And look at this cross traffic. He's going to go right against the traffic, and he's going to go on that one-way southbound on Flower here. So trying to weave his way in and out. The problem for this driver is wherever he goes, there's traffic everywhere. Coming at us. Oh. Exactly. I was just going to say that. He's just picking a street, turning down it, and hoping for the best. We saw another pedestrian almost getting hit by the vehicle in a crosswalk. So, it's just this driver, like you said, no rhyme or reason for the road he's on. We haven't seen him on the same street twice other than Olympic, but Olympic was further to the west when he was on that. But here we are in downtown LA, and he's just picking streets, making turns, whatever's convenient for him or her. We don't know if it's a male driver or female driver at this point, but continuing here northbound. Wow, under some big trees there. We're going to continue on Olive here. And high speeds, look at the speeds here.
While the Camaro driver struck innocent motorists in his attempt to evade officers, it was unclear if any officers or innocent motorists were injured. The driver of the bright blue Camaro was driving at high speeds through West Los Angeles and Beverly Hills, making sudden turns and lane changes. The driver narrowly escaped the other cars at the intersection. The driver entered Interstate 10, weaving between slower vehicles and a concrete barrier before exiting south of downtown Los Angeles. The Camaro was last seen entering an underground parking garage. The driver eventually veered into a parking garage near Olive Street in downtown Los Angeles, with officers pursuing him. He was arrested.
But I can tell you the sheriffship is still here, and again, the LAPD has been advised that this
person is
making its way through their city if they choose to get behind the vehicle.
1036 Frank vehicle, they called it, 1036 Frank.